Welcome back, Saints Nation. We're getting into game number 2 here on Cafe. Let's see if our Saints can bounce back after a relatively convincing win here from Akron on Coastline during game number 1. First ban going to be Thatcher, of course. One game with him. It must have just been a Coastline thing that Thatcher must have not necessarily been good with, because it was really weird. He wasn't banned whatsoever in the last game, and yet he wasn't picked at all, so must have been a Coastline thing. First ban here for the Saints is going to be Jackal. Something we're seeing them ban out at least a little bit more often, it seems. Interestingly enough. Normally, don't really see that ban too often unless it's like not a solo queue, but like ranked play in general, where communication is a little bit tougher to come by. Your defender ban is going to be Cade. Fair enough. The last ban on the side of the University of Akron, if I were to guess, I'm guessing probably a Mira, but they may prove me wrong. Let's take a look, and sure enough, it is going to be the Mira. This gadget is definitely frustrating to try and deal with. Do not blame the side of Akron for wanting that operator gone. And of course, before we hop into the first round, big thank you to everybody for tuning in here and supporting the St. Clair College broadcast, and thank you for supporting the team, of course, here for a couple more weeks here for the Rainbow Six Siege squad. I know this CollegiateR6 league, I think this is probably week 4 or 5, but still got a bit of a ways to go. Of course, thank you for supporting the squad. And of course, thank you to the sponsors that make this all possible. Of course, being St. Clair College, PC Outlet, Beckman School of Information, Business and Information Technology, St. Clair College Alumni Association, St. Clair SRC, and Tim Hortons.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I'm just about underway, getting ourselves all set up. We're going to see IMAT on the go to start things off here. Meanwhile, rest of the Akron squad on their defensive comfort picks, to say the least here. Surma seems to be pretty comfortable on that Maestro. We see Arv on the smoke basically constantly. Tennessee playing a lot of Lucy, and JetCon, of course, basically constantly playing the Jaeger. No matter what Ubisoft tries to do to Jaeger in order to make him less valuable, they just can't seem to find enough nerfs to get him out of the game, no matter what they do. Just too strong of an operator, or not too strong of an operator, but too good of a defensive concept to have to go without, to say the least. Now your prediction for game number 2 will be, again, which Saints player will earn the higher KDA. However, this is going to be with the 2 St. Clair rookies. This is going to be between Zombie Dude as well as Charles. There we go. Should be active now here in the Twitch chat. So be sure, drop those channel points in. Take your guesses on our 2 St. Clair Saint rookie players who will have the better KDA at the end of this game. Big Papa going to be the first one to jump in onto site after Charles did open up this hole in the reinforced wall. We're going to see Impact look to possibly make a move, thinking twice, keeping an eye on that stairwell. We did see somebody from the side of Akron there just a moment ago, but not going to remain, at least as of this moment. For the most part, everybody's still on the outside, or 3 of the members on the outside, 2 on the inside. Big Papa looking to get ready to make a move. Spots out one of the Maestro Evil Eyes, or not, yeah, that's what it's called, right? Second guess myself. It takes out one of the cameras as well, so getting that blown up. Of course, one of the benefits of having the Ash just blow up the wall that the turret is on, or the camera is on, and it just goes down. Hovering around the site. Chars drops, I think that's a smoke in there. Gonna try and get himself this plant. Can it stick? We'll try and find out. A solid crossfire here for St. Clair. Big Papa, a little bit late on the trigger, is going to take a little bit of damage onto Arv, but could not find the kill shot. Kira, one angle. Chars is going to find himself one, but he's going to get refragged right away. Big Papa got to come from above and then try to maybe find a sharking from below angle. Where is Surma actually? He's in a position to actually get this counter defuse down. Is anybody from St. Clair going to be able to even get onto him? I don't think they're going to. They just completely let him by. Massive miscommunication here for St. Clair. And Akron going to take that one for free. There's no way that Surma should have been able to stick that. Won't lie, question marks in my head too. I'm Matt. It's not just you. Is that the equivalent of a Rainbow Six styled of C9? Maybe, and maybe not, but don't want to give the Saints too much slack, or not slack, don't want to give them a hard time. Of course, no, I do give a lot of the St. Clair squads a hard time here on the broadcast, but it's only because I love seeing them do well. And won't obviously personally, like, don't mean to personally offend anybody, but I have to call a spade when I see it, and it was very surprising to see Saints let that one slide.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
This time we're going to go to the first floor kitchen, of course, for the side of the University of Akron. Basically, excuse me. Basically keeping this the same, but this time we're going to see Surma on the mute instead of the Maestro. If they're constantly going to be bringing Big Papa here on the Ash, might as well switch to something that could find themselves a little bit more consistent value. So having that mute would definitely be the right choice there.
10 seconds to insertion.
Of course, by having the mute jammers in position like this too, this is going to stop any of Charz's ace breaching charges from doing anything until they can actually destroy the mute jammer itself. So it's definitely a solid stall tactic here. We do see the Saints on the move here, round two. They had themselves a solid start in that first round, but just unfortunately a little bit of a miscommunication, misexecution, so something they could definitely rebound from. Looking like a classic top-down sweep here on Cafe. Even if it's on the first floor, it's oftentimes a very wise choice to do instead of just trying to run through the front door. I mean, if you don't go top-down, then there's always a chance that a roamer could catch you off guard. And to be honest, Kira's on to something, because there was a player, I believe that was Hennessy, up in the top. You don't think that they would be defending the third floor until they come around and get a flank on you. And Impact actually might run into one of the players right around the corners. Had a sense that they were there. Opens fire, but not going to connect with anybody. Shots fired, but no contact as of this moment. Impact moving forward. Chars, of course, has the diffuser in hand. Minute 35 still on the clock, so lots of time here for St. Clair to make their move. I think they can confidently think that they have this top floor at least swept out and completely clean. Slowly pinch this University of Akron squad into the bottom floor. Some good shots coming out here, but barely not going to make contact. Right idea from Chars, a good drone call out. Whoever that was, I do believe Kira called that one out. And actually, oh, he's so close, of course. Now, the head of somebody was right there. And JetCon actually going to find the first kill onto Big Papa. Slow start for Big Papa. Once again coming down, but there comes the refrag. 1 for 1 here. Kira going to clean up the mess. Has those air jabs ready and in position as well. Now it's going to be just about time to start breaching, but of course, Chars has to do a bit of an awkward angle here. Going to try and work on this hatch to start things off with, but he's making a lot of noise, of course. So the University of Akron going to absolutely know what is going on in this situation. We're going to see Impact and the rest of the squad just using some standard breaching charges to try and get some top-down shots here onto the site, but they've waited so long that I'm not sure they're going to be able to do so. Shots fired here for Impact onto Arv. They are going to find them. Good shots, actually, from Impact. Proving me wrong here. But then gets blasted. That was IMAT on the Valkyrie from the other side. Huge flank. Finding one, finds two, finds three. IMAT goes nuts to clean up this second round, putting Akron 2-0 in the lead. Just when you think you had the flanks covered, here comes IMAT and just does not drop the ball. Cleans up 3 eliminations for himself. Beautifully done. And definitely not feeling bad, but the Saints have the right idea, but there's always one critical execution flaw that seems to just keep holding them back here from clutching out some rounds. Like, they'll go even up until they don't. It's odd to say the least. There's always something, of course. They're flushing down from top down, looks good, getting the floors all opened up, finding themselves some kills, but then, oh, they let a roamer through. Or, like in the first round where they weren't able to get them to the diffuser again. Or they, rather, they didn't have a crossfire on the guy who was getting the diffuse. Words. Words are hard. What can I say here? But, y'all probably know what I mean, right?
10 seconds left before insertion.
Anyway, second floor this time by, and one of the floors that are a little bit more awkward to try and defend, to the point where oftentimes you'll see people just completely ignore the second floor and just defend from the third and the first, and just try to go through the floor, go through the ceiling, try and get some shots onto the attacking squad. Reaching a hole through that window there on the second floor. Nice shots, actually. Arv going to tag impacts, but he's not going to go down scot-free, however. It takes a little bit of damage himself as well. Saints definitely have to watch out for the possibility of a run-out, too. Of course, you can survive that fall from the second floor. So with most of the Saints on the roof, Zombie Dude the last one up, but nobody is going to catch him off guard in that regard. Because I believe it was IMAT in game number 1 we did see at the very tail end of the game when they had such a lead that he was willing to get a little bit ballsy. Just absolutely diving the Saints with a double kill on the run out or the spawn peak. Impact inside the building already, making a little bit of noise. I think he's the first one in here. Maybe Big Papa short to follow. And actually Hennessy, right as I switch off Impacts, they're just going to straight up blow him up. So Saints going to be down a player right off the start of this round. They spot the player. Kira nearly spotting the player. Papa making some noise, and Charge is going to go down by JetCon. Diffuser in the hands of Big Papa. The rest of the Saints are going to have to try and follow up here with him. And right when I switch away, IMAT right in position. And then Hennessy from below again. They're not bothering trying to defend from the main floor. They'll just constantly go, or actually it wasn't the second floor that time, by expecting the Saints to go to that third floor. And a little bit of a leg spike is going to mean that this is going to be JetCon getting the flawless round here for the University of Akron. On one of the more awkward sites here on Cafe, they make it look easy. Beautifully done, Akron. Now, I mean, I'll give Saints credit. Rather than in the last game where we saw people, or specifically for Big Papa, just constantly switching from operator to operator to operator. They're sticking to their guns, but just gotta see a little bit of extra execution shape up here going into these next couple rounds, because they just find themselves getting picked off one after another to the point where they can't play that last 20 to 30 second style that we know this St. Clair squad for. University of Akron just doing a fantastic job of making it awkward. If you take those, if you want to play that kind of style to the point where you're not going to play it on even footing, where for the University of Akron there'll always be a player or two up, it's a fantastic trade, to say the least. Definitely ups your chances. And of course, a big shout out to everybody again for tuning in, whether you're here for the St. Clair side of things or here for the Zips, for the University of Akron. Thank you for coming in and supporting your teams. Now I'm at. Oh, he's going to do it again, and he's going to get away. Almost got away with it, rather. He's going to only go 1 for 1. Big Papa going to shut that down, not let the double kill happen again. But still, you took out Kira, which means your anti-roamer pressure is completely gone. That's actually a huge kill there from IMAT. If there was any one operator that you can take down, that was probably the most important one outside of maybe Char's hard breach potential. So nobody else here on the side of St. Clair have any sort of anti-roaming, anti-flank watching kind of tools. With those air jabs being gone, that's absolutely critical.
Reloading, cover me. Tossing a frag.
Right, going down. Surma gonna get tanked up a little bit. Zombie Dude opens fire, but he's the one who gets blasted. Knocked down. Big Papa gonna have to go pick him up. It's a rough spot for the Saints to be in. One player down. Zombie Dude pretty hurt as well. Still lots of time on... Or not one player down. They have has a 4-on-4 dub, but... It's just the kind of vibe that you're feeling. Even though this isn't even 4-on-4, it still feels like the Saints are behind. And it's not that... like to do with anything in regards to... the play, and there goes Big Papa, actually, as it's going to be JetCon, find himself a double. Takes care of Big Papa, takes care of Impact, which means it's going to be all up to Chars and Zombie Dude to try and make something happen. Chars still from the high ground, thinks he sees something, he would be right, but not going to find the shot necessary. JetCon going to find himself a triple after Zombie Dude going to find him. Okay, now it's Chars versus JetCon and possibly some more. And he actually spots somebody, but that's not the right person. JetCon going to find himself a 4K, finishing off Chars after the Saints player jumps on in, sees what would have been Big Papa's dead body, thought that was the player, shoots at it, leaves himself wide open, allowing for the 4K. Big play there from JetCon. Starting to wonder if one of the members on the side of the University of Akron might have dinner waiting on the table for them. They want this game to get done nice and quick because they're definitely cruising here so far in this second game. Absolutely on fire. Lots of members stepping up. I feel like JetCon in game number 1 had a solid but quiet game. Meanwhile, he just came absolutely guns blazing here in game number 2. Of course, finding 4 eliminations just in that last round alone. IMAT still picking up right where he left off as well. Sneaky, solid aggression coming out from him. Surma, Arb, and Hennessy as well, of course, doing exactly what they need to do. Finding a couple frags for themselves too when the time calls for it. Now, where in the world is IMAT? Is he going to try for something cheeky? He's in the same position again. Is he going to try this? This time with a Valkyrie. Saints probably wising up, however. They did opt to go for a different direction, so good adjustment there from the St. Clair side of things.
Cover me, reloading! Drone activated. Drone.
Zombie dude going to do a little bit of redecorating, of course, onto those hatches. And actually, they did spot somebody out, but a little bit out of the way to try and actually get at here. Impact already inside the building.
Reloading, cover me!
Big Papa there as well. Impact getting shot down, actually. The prone player in the background. That's IMAT hiding behind the piano. Nicely done. Big Papa, however, going to find one right back. JetCon gets shut down. IMAT now with double kill. Did find Big Papa. Charge, Zombie Dude, and Kira. Last ones remaining here on the side of St. Clair. Only JetCon down. That's going to be IMAT with the triple. He's going to get air jab, but it does not even matter. Took care of Kira already, so it's A-okay. Going to be able to keep this run going. Having a fantastic 5th round here so far. Chars and Zombie Dude going to try and buddy system this one up. Of course,
Drone is ready.
definitely going to be a tall task at hand. Who is nearby as of right now? You don't actually see it's going to be Hennessy, actually, right around the corner at the bottom of these steps. Zombie Dude going to try and drone out here for Chars. See if he can get something started. You can see how antsy right now Chars is trying to move forward here. The two rookies trying to call out and make the plays here for each other. Actually, that's a nitro cell right on the roof as well. Has to be careful about that. But if he shoots at it, he's definitely going to give his position away. Going to opt to get rid of it nonetheless. "50 seconds left. Zombie Dude going to lead the charge here. Opens fire, or tries to pre-fire onto somebody, but it's
Cover me, reloading!
nobody home. So again, just going to give their position away over and over again. To the point where somebody's going to be watching. Chars does find somebody. No contact made, however. Does actually get a couple shots now onto IMAT, taking them to about halfway. I understand those cameras are definitely elusive. Takes a clip to try and find them. Now making their way, they have made it onto the bomb site. Now trying to go through the barbed wire is going to make things difficult. And there we go. Nicely done there from Chars and Zombie Dude, however. Diffuser is going down. Can they stick the plant? Is there any nitro cell? There is no nitro cell available. Smoke going to come on down, but it's going to be too little too late. Saints do get the plant, and now it's a 2-on-2. Can Chars get out of dodge? He's going to get away from the smoke. So solid job, actually, from Chars to get that down. What is he getting smoked by here? Well, smoke. Duh. Okay, fair enough. Now we still have, of course, Arv and IMAT taking their time to get a move on, but they don't have a whole heck of a lot of time, actually. So 30 seconds or so. Shots fired here. It's not going to go into the favor. Matt with the quad is going to not get shut down. Can Matt find himself the ace and clutch up this round, or is Chars going to come in clutch here? He's going to get the jump on him if he keeps on going here. Did we just get lagged out? I think we did, unfortunately, there. And it's going to be the ace here for Matt, but it's not going to be the round. Definitely unfortunate. And it looks like that wasn't just our end either. Just a server just straight out crapped the bed. Going to cause the Saints to get themselves a point here in this game. Get it up to 4-1. Definitely frustrating for the side of University of Akron. A solid job there for IMAT to get himself the ace, but it's definitely painful to get an ace but yet still not win the round. And to be honest, like, just to no real fault of the University of Akron. So Saints going to find themselves a bit of a blessing there in this second game. Yeah, servers definitely seem to be playing some tricks here onto this matchup. But of course, since it is the servers, it means everybody's on the same equal crappy playing field if that is ended up being the case. And I like that Akron's going right back here to the first floor once again. I mean, of course, it was execution error based off of server error, so That not being necessarily in their control, just pick up where it left off and try to get something happening here. It looks like still a little bit of awkward conditions here for both teams.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds
Scared the
remaining.
crap out of me. A cat is pretending that she's a race car going around the
Attackers
around the
must
living
locate
room,
and defuse a bomb.
tackling my chair. Saints on the way now after, of course, getting that last round win right around the corner from halftime as well. Big Papa definitely testing some recoil. Am I right, zombie dude? And this time Saints looking to go through the front door, actually, instead of trying to go top down.
Drone activated.
Of course, that little hole we see in the wall could definitely be used for a grenade at some point if timing does line up. Big Papa actually going to be playing the hard breacher, oddly enough, so going to be taking that duty away from Chars.
Activating thermal sequence.
Definitely unusual. Normally you see Big Papa on the entry fragger, but it's actually going to be going over to Zombie Dude this time. A little bit of a role swap up here for the St. Clair Saints as we move forward here into this last attacking round.
By attackers.
Lots of explosions coming down here, and this should go down uncontested unless Surma's mute has a jammer ready. Not going to be the case. They are going to be able to drill through this reinforced wall. Big hole, big sight line now here for St. Clair. If they can perform off of this. Some early smoke canisters coming out here from Arv as well. Probably expecting the Saints to go top down again, so with them already being basically at the bomb's front door, they're going to change up their style of defense as well. Grenade goes out right onto IMAT. That's a huge kill, actually, but a solid smoke grenade going to put Kira in for a world of hurt as Arv is going to find himself a kill. Surma finds himself a kill as well. And Arv again, Surma again. Oh my goodness, they're just absolutely tearing through the St. Clair squad. Unfortunately, not quite finding the point of views of it myself, but nonetheless, kill feed telling the tale of this matchup as of right now. All up to Kira. Try and clutch this up. Is probably going to be able to pick up that diffuser, but probably not very easily.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
35 seconds left to go. Probably has to go out guns blazing. We can see, like, the Akron Zips are not going to let Kira just line them up instantly. And sure enough, as soon as Surma peeks, spots Kira, takes him down. Nice headshot. And now the Zips are going to put themselves 5-1 at the half. Definitely goes to show how scary this University of Akron squad is, considering that in all reality, this should probably be 6-0 right now. Definitely showing why they are past champions here in the CollegiateR6. Definitely one of those teams that are consistently being a thorn in the side of St. Clair. And sometimes even Akron, no, I really think about it, Akron sometimes even gives us a hard time in other esports titles as well here in the collegiate scene. They're kind of like, well, maybe not on the level of say how us versus Northwood is oftentimes Northwood favored. University of Akron versus Saints is
Attackers need to
definitely
locate and
getting
defuse
up
bomb.
there in regards to a school rivalry, but maybe not to the same extent. But still, going up against the University of Akron, I always know that the match is going to be either a tough or a close one. The squad's doing a fantastic job overall with their program, it seems. You know, Saints on the defensive side of things this time by, of course, do not have very much wiggle room for themselves going forward. 15 seconds left on this defensive setup, and with the fact that they've
Before insertion.
dropped 5 rounds already on the attacking side of things,
5 seconds
it's
left.
not going to let them have much wiggle room. And it looks like overall, this loadout, this operator setup here for the side of Akron is actually rather safe, to say the least. Not going to try anything too crazy. No, like, unconventional operators of sorts. You're going to have Surma playing that gridlock right there with the spike strips to try and slow down and damage anybody who's going to try a sneak attack or a flank of some sort. And instead of having the sledge, of course, just use this shotgun of gridlocks instead.
A bomb has been located.
Then Arv right back on hard breach duty, picking up right where he's left off. IMAT still looking for blood on the Ash once again. Hennessy going to be there for the extra little bit of hard breaching potential there with the Maverick. Then Zofia there for JetCon, just always a solid operator pick. Standard defensive lineup here for the Saints as well. I see some of these Cairo pellets already going through this reinforced wall. Saints look to start moving, or not the Saints, the Zips rather, look to start moving in on this site. That was a feels bad, man. Definitely have done that before. F's in chat for that drone. Looks like Arv is going to be the first one inside the building. Lance impact on the other side of the wall. Submachine gun
Attackers dropped
in
the
hand.
diffuser. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Where is everybody else on the side of Akron? Just okay, so JetCon's the only other one inside as of right now. Hennessy has joined them too. And Hennessy is going to find Zombie Dude. The nice little one-tap headshot. Beautifully done there.
As my friend would say, a really big fucking hole coming right up.
As the action continues, JetCon is going to be the one getting this diffuser planted pretty well uncontested, it looks like. Kira gets taken down. JetCon does go down, but it's too little too late. That is going to be the diffuser planted. Saints now in the hot seat with 2 players left. How in the world do they try this one? Impact goes down. It's going to be the refrag here for Big Papa. No, never mind, I lied. He took some shots, but didn't quite actually find it. Arv going to take some damage here from Big Papa, but Big Papa is already down to a quarter HP. I would be very pleasantly surprised if he can make this one happen, but the odds are definitely not in his favor. It's going to find IMAT, but then is going to get shut down by Hennessy. Solid round here for Hennessy. Finds himself a double, and it puts Akron in position for a match point scenario. Now or never, here for the St. Clair Saints side of things, as they now have to find a way to make this defense on the kitchen stick. Otherwise, this is going to be a quick night here for the CollegiateR6. Or for the R6 match, rather. Of course, our season is not done yet, even if they do end up dropping this, but definitely a tough matchup here for our St. Clair College squad.
And defuse bombs.
Looks like Big Papa actually looking to go for broke here on the Vigil. Try and get sneaky. Try and find some quick picks. But at the same time, just this lineup here for the University of Akron is just so safe, like I was saying before. I don't think that Big Papa will be able to find himself the eliminations necessary. But I would, of course, love to be wrong.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Of course, let's actually, while we await for this round to get moving here, let's take a look at our predictions here. Looks like 70% of you voted for Zombie Dude to have the better KDA of the Saints players. And as of right now, it's actually Char's who is leading that battle. So unless Zombie Dude could find himself at least 2 eliminations, then that will be toast. If it does end up being a tiebreaker scenario, then I'll also decided via who has the most just score points.
Drone activated.
Just for clarity. At least it seems for the server side of things, it seems to have gotten itself back up and good to go. And I see finding some of those mute jammers, so it's going to allow one to go through it no problem. And Big Papa going to get taken down right away. So that vigil just straight up did nothing, unfortunately, there for St. Clair College. I'm at just on an absolute tear. 13 kills, 3 deaths, plus an assist. That's been absolutely nuts here. Make that 14 as he finds himself the double kill taking care of Kira. And as he found a little bit of damage for himself, whether that was a nitro... No, not nitro cell. It would have been a grenade or something that got him there. IMAC gonna make some noise up here in the top. Give his team a bird's eye view, essentially, of this, this site. Still has some of Ash's breaching rounds as well. Just able to just get so much damage done to this building. Just sightline after sightline into the bomb site. It's just beautiful stuff here from the University of Akron. Alongside, I'm not getting the triple, and then alongside, okay, maybe a quad. You know what? We're just going to make this nice and simple here. IMAC got denied the ace and due to the servers. I'm ready to see him get another one right here to close off this match. Can he stick it? We'll have to see in a second. Diffuser is going down, which is going to put Chars in the hot seat. And there you go. The ace to finish it up. IMAC gets his revenge on the servers, essentially, this time by. And GG's, University of Akron, taking this in 2-0 fashion. Look at the scoreboard before we do call it the night here. 17 eliminations, I'm at. Absolutely crazy stuff coming out there from him. And, like, low-key, props to Chars for finding himself on the top part of the scoreboard here for the Saints this time by. Which, of course, for everybody tuning in at home with the channel points, that does mean that Chars, if you voted for him, you'll be the ones getting your channel points here today. Unfortunately there for Saints, it just, again, kind of goes to show with how crazy of a matchup this is. University of Akron, of course, past champions here in the CollegiateR6. Definitely showing us why they are exactly that, especially with that squad basically, I believe, being the same since like those semesters as well, with very minor changes. So picking up where they left off, absolutely dominating here in this matchup. Definitely want to see the rematch again here between St. Clair and University of Akron sometime down the road, but not right now, not anytime soon, to be honest, because Akron was just on an absolute tear. And like strategically, I don't even know how you necessarily break that one down, because like looking at the scoreboard or whatnot, it's like, okay, IMAT just found all of our weaknesses. Well, okay, what were those weaknesses? How do you tackle that? It's definitely going to be a tall task here for Coach JM Beast to try and tackle going into the upcoming weeks. But of course, with having basically the one match a week now every Friday, so lots of time to sneak some practice in, go back to the drawing board. And I know JM Beast does a lot of VOD review with his team, so looking forward to seeing what they can pull out going into next week. And speaking of matches happening later on in this week, let's quickly throw it on over to our schedule, of course, to see what kind of matches we have coming up in the very near future. We have tomorrow off, but then on Sunday, we have ourselves some Face It Counter-Strike Contenders League action at 5, of course. Then on Monday at 8 o'clock, we do return to the Upsurge Minor League, this time for the playoffs. Of course, like I was saying before, our League of Legends team had the bye last week after having a perfect 5-0 season. Let's see if they can keep that win streak alive and push on forward, and hopefully that loss in the OPSE earlier this week on Thursday, I do believe. Hopefully that doesn't shake them up too much and they can keep pushing on in the Upsurge. Then Tuesday we have ourselves a doubleheader in CCL Call of Duty. As long as the players allow me to actually stream the match, we'll see as we go along here. Regardless, though, we will definitely have something on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. But the plan is right now for a CCL Call of Duty doubleheader, including a matchup up against a top 25 school. Looking forward to seeing how our Saints would do in that matchup, considering I know they're right on the fringe of possibly being in the top 25. A win on a school in the top 25 would be absolutely huge for them. Wednesday, we have our Play versus Trios Fortnite matchups. Guaranteed 10 matches or 3 hours worth of constant back-to-back Fortnite hours, or Fortnite matches rather. Going to be a fun one again. One of those games that are starting to grow on me as I see more and more matches. Definitely some crazy stuff there. Make sure you tune into that one as well. Then Thursday at 5:30, we do have NECC Overwatch. Team's been doing pretty solid overall. Basically, I think either 2-1 or 2-2 so far in the season. Looking forward to seeing what their next opponent is going to bring them. I think I know that opponent, actually. It is going up against Central Methodist University, I do believe. So, looking forward to seeing that matchup. I recognize the name, but I don't remember if we've played them before in Overwatch. So, make sure you follow us here on the Sades Gaming CA Twitch channel. Make sure you catch all the matches live, or catch the VODs here after the fact, here or on our YouTube, and then get the results and other Saints Gaming news, of course, on our Twitter, Saints Gaming CA, there as well. Also, if you happen to like the Saints, Saints jackets, Saints jerseys, masks, t-shirts, want something for yourself, well, be sure to check out our new Saints merch drop, of course, on Akron's website, or not Akron's website, Acquire's website. That'd be kind of funny if we had our merch on Akron's website, but no, acquire.ca/Saints. You can go make sure that you can go pick up some of our merch and represent the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team out in public. Gets people talking. What in the world is this? Wait, you mean you get, what do you mean this team gets scholarships for playing video games, right? I mean, we take it for granted that we know what esports is, but there's still so many more people that need to know that it's actually a thing, of course. And definitely representing it with some merch would definitely be an awesome way to do so. So go take a look if you have yourself the opportunity. See if you like something. And of course, lastly, big thank you to the sponsors. Not quite lastly, actually. But of course, thank you to the sponsors that do make this all possible, of course. That being, of course, St. Clair College, Deckelman School of Business Information Technology, the St. Clair College Alumni Association, St. Clair's SRC, Tim Hortons, and PC Outlet for sponsoring us here at the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team, making the teams, these broadcasts, all possible. Thank you so much. And of course, a big thank you to everybody for tuning in to the matchup. I know if you're here for the hometown squad for the Saints, this was definitely a bit of a tougher one to watch, but at the end of the day, thank you for supporting your squad. We can't win them all. We'll definitely come back swinging next week here in the CollegiateR6 League. That'll be Friday at 9 o'clock. Don't think I have any other conflicts with that. No, it's going to be CR6 as long as the CR6 themselves don't pick up the match. But with that, we will be calling it a night. So big thank you again for everybody for tuning in. I will catch you on Sunday for some Counter-Strike action in the Face It CSGO Contenders League.